Oh no. Oh no, now you just summoned it over here. In the real world. This is crazy. What is happening? Holy shit. Alright, what's up everybody? Here we are for episode 25 of Fate Zero, which is called, poetically so, Fate Zero. Man, yeah, the final episode of the show, and I just, of course, came off of watching episode 24. Now, I will say, I had to actually end up reading the wiki summary for the episode, as per usual, because I genuinely sort of struggled, funnily enough, to truly understand what exactly the Grill was proposing in the end to Kiritsugu, and why Kiritsugu decided to therefore also decline it and stuff, right? It was a little hard to grasp, but I guess in the end the mistake that I myself had made is that I got way ahead of Kiritsugu apparently. Because of course I have been speculating from the start, well not from the very start, but let's say from the moment that Kiritsugu's motives became clear and that it became clear that he was willing to, let's say, sacrifice a lot in order to get that Grill, right? And to save humanity. I essentially sort of assumed that Kiritsugu talking in such a black-pilled manner about humanity and about the, you know, the violence or whatever that takes place, right? All the fucked up shit going on in the world. And of course, we've seen in more recent episodes a lot of examples of like, the experiments that were done, the people that were turned into these zombies. I forget the exact term that they had for them. But just so much fucked up shit happening in the world that he, in all fairness, tried his very best, of course, to always prevent. And he tried. That's the thing. His mindset now became clear, being that it is a sacrifice the few for the many, essentially, right? That's what it was. But for some reason, I had actually been interpreting this all along already as like, damn, maybe this guy actually wants to use the Grill to simply destroy humanity to save it. You get what I'm saying? Because I figured that there is no way to actually save humanity. This is sort of a destined fate, no pun intended, for humanity to have, is that, you know, these kinds of incidents take place and that there's a dark side to humanity as well, right? And so there is no other way to technically save humanity than by destroying it. Now, this is exactly what the Grill ended up apparently offering to him. And like I said, through watching the episode, that actually did not become 100% clear to me yet. It was when reading up the wiki summary for episode 24 that I started to grasp it a little bit better, I guess, because that's the example that it had, I guess, come up with the ship as well, right? Like killing 200 for the other 300, but then the 200 would be taking you captive, forcing you to do it. You're going to be killing them. Something is going to be happening with the remaining 300. Like, basically, it's an endless loop. Things are going to keep happening all over again. There is, like I said, there is no saving humanity. There is no perfect utopia that the Grill can apparently give you. And so the Grill offered Kiritsugu essentially to destroy humanity for him. It offered him exactly that, which I thought Kiritsugu was asking from it in the first place. You get what I'm saying? But that's not what it actually was in the end. And what the Grill offered to Kiritsugu, apart from getting rid of humanity, is also to then in turn at least leave him with his family. He could still live on with his kid and with Iris Veal. That's the one sort of, the one thing that it would allow him in turn. And therefore it still is a tempting, you would think, proposal, but Kiritsugu ended up doing the right thing, I think, here in the end, by saying that, like, no, I'm not gonna sacrifice humanity just for my family. So, yeah, like I said, I'm a little bit almost baffled by it. I'm a little bit surprised that maybe I've been sort of reading his character wrong this entire time. And that in the end, he was trying to, let's say, do the right thing. He just simply figured that it was somehow possible with the Grill to then save humanity after all, in a way where it would not mean the destruction of humanity. But that's what, for some reason, I myself figured, like, oh, that's what the consequence of that would have to be all along. You get what I'm saying? So this is, I think, where the misinterpretation, you know, sort of took place for me, right, as a viewer. But that being said, yeah, Kiritsugu has essentially ordered Saber now with his last command spells to destroy the Grill, and she has seemingly done so. We didn't actually see it on screen yet, but, you know, Saber had no choice but to strike, and that's what we saw her do. So what is that going to mean for for the world. Or the world is simply gonna, I guess, continue as normal. I guess in that way I can see it makes sense that like, oh, now it makes sense how Waver is gonna be able to continue sharing the stories about Ryder, about Alexander the Great, if nothing about the world changes, right? So this is already sort of a a problem that I'd foreseen, that like, well, if the world, if humanity is about to be destroyed, what does it mean that Waver will go on to, you know, spread the word about Ryder? It's not going to be possible, right? If something else happens and the world becomes something else entirely, will Waver still be able to do that? Now I get it. I guess there's nothing changing about the world in the end. And the Grail War is simply going to be ending. You know, this is literally the end of the Grail. The question then becomes, how does Fate Stay Night, you know, like Unlimited Blade Works and stuff, how does that play into all of it? You know, I guess somehow the Grail will have found a way to continue on and to just propose a new battle eventually. So maybe the Grail actually ends up not getting destroyed here by the end of this show, right? That's a possibility. Like I said, we didn't fully see it on screen yet, but lots of, you know, things to kind of speculate about right now, I guess. But that being said, it's probably better for me to simply dive into this final episode, see where it takes us, and I'll give you all some final thoughts, of course, after I end up, you know, finishing this episode. So don't worry about that. Yeah, I mean, the big question for now remains, like, what's going to happen then with Gilgamesh and with Karay? Is Karay actually done for, truly? Gilgamesh, he's probably still going to put up some kind of fight, but it's all kind of in vain if the Grail is no longer the ultimate reward for it. So what will Gilgamesh still be fighting for? You could ask yourself too. And will he, still go into battle therefore? And will he get defeated, I guess, right? How is all of this going to end? I'm fascinated to see it all unfold. So guys, for now, we're going to dive into this final episode. Of course, if you enjoy my reactions to Fate Zero, you can get early access to the first 1 or 2 episodes already of the next Fate series I'll be checking out, which is going to be Unlimited Blade Works, over on my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. Go and check it out. We will already be a good 12 episodes probably on the way with that actually over there. You can get, of course, also early access to that over on the pay tier. So go and check it out. Your support is very much appreciated and allows me to make these videos in the first place. Full-length reactions will be up there too. But then for now, let's dive into this final episode of Fate Zero. Oh shit. Here we go again. I guess she did it, right? I mean, I don't know. How could the Grail have been destroyed if there's still other shows? Huh. Yeah, no, it means no saving, obviously, Britain for her either. Huh. Some iconic settings we've been seeing. I don't know if they were the exact same ones, but they were similar. Oh no. Oh no, now you just summoned it over here. In the real world. This is crazy, what is happening? Holy shit. Yo, it's not gonna end up destroying humanity nonetheless, is it? Dude! What is happening? Yo! The whole fucking world is about to be destroyed by this, isn't it? I don't know if it can spread that much, but... Yeah, I wish it was. Huh. 7 really big lumps. Dude. So what, in the end? Justica-sama? Oh man. It's just a random person he's finding here, right? Yeah. Damn. Surely we're still gonna be able to prevent to limit the damage here.
大丈夫。私たちの祈りをきっと彼は遂げてくれる。
I love how she's talking to her in her head.
リリアが怖い思いをしないで済むように。
She's always there. Just how she said it.
そうだね。
It's great, dude.
そうだよね。
But now we have to hope that it doesn't reach this far.
そんなもの。
Yeah.
大切なお仕事をきちんと終わらせて、もうすぐ帰ってくれよ。
We're literally gonna still save the world, I guess, in this episode, right? We're just gonna try and actually put a stop to it now. From doing even more damage.
おじさん。
もう大丈夫だ。
Yo, Karya's not still here, is he?
行こ
I thought it got too much for him. Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that whatsoever.
カリア君。
This isn't real.
う。葵さん。
This isn't real. This fucking dude, he's in heaven.
ありがとう。
Oh man, Daddy Karya. The dad we should have had. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ah man.
おじいさまに逆らうから。
Damn, yeah. A tragic character, destined for tragedy. I would say I'm shocked.
瓦礫の下からお前を掘り当てるのは難儀であったぞ。
Yo, my man, why are you without clothes right now?
何があった？
Not a sight I was hoping to see.
あの泥が俺を吐き戻したのだ。
The
どうやら再びこの時代に君臨し、地上を治めよという天意らしい。私は撃たれた。
Yeah.
鼓動が。
I have no heartbeat. Oh my god.
私に何か治療を施したのか。ギルガメッシュ。さてどうだかな。
What is happening anymore?
俺があの泥で受肉した拍子に、お前はお前で何らかの不条理にとらわれたのかもしれん。
And that kept him alive?
あれから命を授かったというのか。すべてのサーバントが消滅し、聖杯を勝ち取ったのは我々だ。綺麗よ。その結末を刮目してみるが。聖杯が真に勝者の願望を汲み取るのである。
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, this kind of would be a, you know. Yeah, this actually, in a weird way, this is the situation as it would have played out if they won, too. But they don't realize that, like, Kiritsugu is gonna do everything in his power now to put a stop to it still, from doing more damage, right? Wow, man turned into the devil. I don't know, I feel like this is the first time he's actually feeling something, right? Yeah, that's not how the church raised you, I think. He can't even believe it, dude, but he's truly... Dude, I think this really was his motivation in the end, yeah. This is what he was longing for.
確かに問い続けるだけだった人生に私はようやく回答を得た。問題が解かれる過程を省略してただいきなり回答を投げ渡す。
Man always needs a quest.
これで一体何をどう納得しろというのだ。
So let me guess. He's still gonna stand opposite of Kiritsugu.
導き出した方程式があらねばならない。
I thought he would try and feed it.
探さねば
Help
な
it.
らん。この命を費やし、私は
Use the rest of my life to understand it.
理解しなきゃ。
I don't know. Will you get too much more of your life?
それでいい。このギルガメッシュが見届けてやる。
Interesting, dude. This, in a weird way, feels sort of like a new beginning rather than an ending.
いつかまたいたい。そ そして次こそ
I'll reach it again and see it to the end next time.
誕生を
Does that mean we're gonna see Kurei another time? In the other shows?
エミヤ
Oh, man. Yo, dude is fucking giving up, actually. He's not even trying
受け
to
て立つとも
put a stop to it anymore.
どうしたのだ
He's trying to find something under the rubble.
いや
Huh. I did not see the episode playing out like this whatsoever.
その顔を覚えている。目に涙をためて生きている人間を見つけ出せたと心の底から喜んでいる男の姿。
Yeah, he's still just... Really was a fucking good guy, even if I sort of
生きてる
started to doubt that a little bit myself.
生きてる
Save the kid over here.
ありがとうと言った。
Wow.
見つけられてよかったと。一人でも助けられて救われたと。
Huh. Okay. What is this? Why are we seeing this? Oh shit.
では次のニュースです。冬騎士信徒で
Epilogue?
アレクセイさんは無事にイギリスに着いた
Waiver.
明け方にヒースローから電話してきたよ。
あら電話が気づかなかったわでもあの人らしいじゃないの
Did the Grail's damage not come for the whole rest of the world then? Or...
相談があるんだけど、いいかな。
どうしたんだ
That's what I thought it was doing, but maybe it was just destroying a, you know...
しばらく
Limited
協力し
region.
ようと思うんだ。もちろんトロントの父さんにも相談してからだけど。
でもまたどうして急にもしかして学校が嫌になったの
そういうわけじゃないよ。
I mean, his teacher is dead.
今まで勉強以外のことろくに興味持たなかったの。ちょっと後悔してるんだ。旅をしようかと思うんだ。
まあ
Traveling, dude. He's literally gonna be spreading the word.
ウェーバーちゃんたら急にまるでアレクセイさんみたいなことを言い出したわ
ともかく、
Alexei-san.
まあいろいろ準備というか先立つものも必要になるし、もし構わないようならさ、目処がつくまでこの家で厄介になってもいいかな。
I don't think they would mind. They're happy to have you a little longer. That's a real grandpa right there. Man. All the memories though. Everything is still here.
婚風情が一体どうすりゃこれだけの痕跡を残していくってんだよ。
Ah, it must be so hard for him to move on, dude. It's hard for me right now to see this.
本当は連れて行ってほしかったけどな。結局封も切ってないじゃんか。あいつ。
The video game? Oh, yeah. Advanced Tactics, or what was it called? Admirable Tactics, actually, maybe.
初回購入特典、オリジナル T シャツ。
Pre-order
こんな面白い
bonus.
やつなんているのかよ。
I know that my redeemer lives, and that in the end he will stand up for the earth. And after my skin has been destroyed, yet in my flesh, I will see God. I myself
Standing at the funeral of his
will
father?
see him with my own eyes. How my heart yearns within me. Amen.
So conflicting that he's gonna be the one taking care of Rin now, too.
Rin,
That's what he had promised Tokiomi.
としてまずは十分な働きだ。お父様もさぞや鼻が高いことだろう。
Man is not even fucking alive, dude.
ま
Kurei.
だ刻印は完全には馴染んでいないのだろ
Doesn't even have a
痛
heartbeat.
むかね。
こんなの平気よ。
遠坂が積み上げてきた魔導は一切の色なく、リン、君に受け継がれるだろう。
Yeah, we really are gonna see the sisters fight eventually, aren't we?
を連れてきてはどうかね。
ええ、そうする。さあ、お母さん、お父様に最後のお別れを言おうね。
リン、
How?
今日は誰かのお葬式なの？
そうよ。お父様が死んだのよ。
What?
まあ大変。早く時臣さんの喪服を出さなくちゃ。
Don't tell me that.
ねえリン、さくらの着替えを手伝ってあげて。どうしましょう。
You are not telling me that Karya actually never succeeded.
ほらあなた、ネクタイが曲がっていますよ。
またしばらく私は日本を留守にするが、今後について何か不安はあるかね。
ないわよ。あんたに頼ることなんて何も。
次に会うのは半年後だ。リン、これよりお前は名実ともに遠坂の当主となる。今日この日のために私から門出の品を送りたい。アゾット剣。かつて私が魔術の修行の成果を我が師に認められた折、いただいた品だ。以後これはお前が持つといい。
Stab this bitch with it right now.
それがお父様の。
Damn, man. Huh. I don't know how to feel about some of this, dude. It's having me genuinely conflicted. I'm like trying to process it all, honestly. I don't even know what to say.
またここに。
Saber back? Back where she came from? With a lot of regrets, clearly.
私は
It's a heavy burden for her to carry, man.
思いを捨てられない。私自身が許せなかっ
Genevieve.
た。だがアーサー王、あなたは私の罪を問うことも、ただ私たちの前で正しくあり続けた。しかし私は、あ
Hmm.
なたの手で裁かれた。
So he did a fucked up thing and he was hoping to get punished for it, but he never did.
裁かれていたならば、私は償いを求めて、
Yeah,
道に落ちずに
finding some kind of way to
済むかもしれ
atone
ない。
because he was never asked.
ごめんなさい。私
Saber would be the kind of person always, you know, taking the blame on her.
今日は言える。
王になるべきは。
そう思っていました。
私では。
Man.
あの後僕は何度もアインツベルンを訪れたが、聖杯を持ち帰らなかった僕にユーブスタクハイトは森の結界を開くことはせず、
Yeah, I don't know how the Iceburns felt about what happened to
構
him.
わなかった。
Damn.
だがイリアを最後に僕の人生から奪われた人間は一人もいない。
Wow.
失うばかりだったはずの人生なのに、
Wow. Did he take in the kid or?
出会った日から変わらず共にいる。
Oh shit, just rebuilt it.
あの日助けた少年シロを
It's like the start of a new
引
family,
き取った。
a new community 5 years later. Oh my god, what are we doing in this whole episode, dude? I was not prepared for any of this.
寝るならちゃんと布団に行けよ、じいさん。
ああ、いや、大丈夫だよ。
Look at this, a master and servant.
子供の頃、僕は正義の味方に憧れてた。
憧れてたって諦めたのかよ。
残念だ
Yeah,
よね。
it did not pan out. the way he thought it
費用
would.
は期間限定でそんなこともっと早くに気づけばよかった。
そっか。しょうがないから。俺が代わりになってやるよ。じいさんは大人だからもう無理だけど。
This kid is the new master, huh?
任せろって。
Maybe another
じいさんの
character from Fate Stay Night? Possibly, right? I would think. I guess I'm about to find out when I start Unlimited Blade Works. Some of them will carry on that legacy. Using Sable, no doubt.
安心した。
I can be at peace now.
ケリーはさ、どんな大人になりたいの？
正義の味方になりたいんだ。
Man, dude. So much food for thought, honestly. I gotta let this all sink in a little bit here, man. Alright guys, well, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and of course you can get early access to the first episodes of the next Fate series I'm going to be checking out over on my Patreon page, which is going to be linked on top of the description. You can sign up as a free member and already watch the first 2 episodes right now, so I'll see you there. Wow, man. Yeah, a fascinating conclusion to this show, I will say, and not one that I had expected. It's actually funny because for the first time, now at this final episode, I am finally seeing how this show actually serves as a prequel to, of course, other Fate, series that are still to come. Well, I know that, so apparently, if I'm saying it correctly, right, from what I've learned now in the meantime, there is Fate Stay Night. And Stay Night has an original anime that was made, I think, in 2006 that people say doesn't necessarily hold up too well, but it's essentially based on this visual novel, Fate Stay Night, right? And that original visual novel sort of splits up into separate routes, right? And so you have the show Fate Stay Night, which is one particular route of that visual novel, but then you also have Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works, which I myself will be getting into, which is another route of that same visual novel, if I'm saying it correctly, right? That's why it's also called Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works. And then I hope I'm saying this right because I don't know this for sure, but there's going to be Heaven's Feel, I think it's called, as well, which are like movies, but I'm going to guess that that's essentially the third route to Fate Stay Night. And then you have Fate Zero, which I'm guessing Fate Zero, honestly, I haven't looked this up, but I'm guessing Fate Zero also has a visual novel then, but a different one, right? And so this is therefore the prequel to all the other ones that I just mentioned. And finally, in this episode, I'm starting to understand why that's the case and who was then going to be sort of following up with and stuff, right? It wasn't necessarily the most full circle ending where every character gets a satisfying conclusion per se, right? I still thought it was super well done, so don't get me wrong. I really did, but it's also clear that, I saw some artwork, I will say, of Fate Stay Night, perhaps, and I saw some characters there I didn't recognize. I think the little kid here, the red-haired kid that Kiritsugu takes in, I feel like I've seen him somewhere. And so now I'm understanding that, oh, right, so yeah, that's going to be a character that I myself will still be meeting coming up, but that other fans of the Fate series before, who watched Zero at some point later, would have recognized and would have felt sort of over the moon, I guess, to see, right? But yeah, so we're already sort of setting up particular masters and, the servants, I guess, remain the same, technically. But, they're, of course, just the classes that we've talked about. But the masters, of course, yeah, I mean, I guess Rin and Sakura really were sort of destined in the end then to compete against each other at some point down the line, right? I guess that Shiru, I read on the wiki summary, he's called, the red-haired kid. I guess he's going to be essentially our next Kiritsugu. I mean, Kiritsugu, from that final scene that we just got here in the episode, it would appear that he is, ready essentially to die, and he is essentially dying imminently now after this scene. But that being said, he still talks about wanting to be a hero nonetheless. And so I don't know if that's still potentially teasing... follow up with his character, right? It's a possibility, but I don't, I don't expect it necessarily. I'm just saying it's a possibility. It's, God, what else can I really say? I mean, I will say that I like how the destruction that the Grill caused on a limited region in the end, I guess, of Tokyo that it destroyed, right? it wasn't what I interpreted was happening at first, which is like, oh, the Grill is still coming to destroy humanity and to destroy the rest of the world, and now it's going to be up to Kiritsugu to stop it. That's not what happened. It was sort of an unpreventable, unpreventable effect that happened after it got destroyed, that it caused this damage, and Kiritsugu immediately accepted that fate, right? And in the end, Kiritsugu couldn't help himself but to help out any of the remaining people in the surrounding region that could possibly be saved. And this is how he finds the red-haired kid, Shiru, right? Who, like I said, I'm pretty sure now I can feel quite confident that we're still going to see him in the other Fate series that I'm about to check out soon enough. But it tells us, of course, a lot about his character, and it's tragic and it's messed up that this is how it had to end, I guess. And therefore, like I said, it's not the most satisfying, right, as far as his storyline goes, Kiritsugu. Also, not being able to see his actual kid anymore, right? Because it was mentioned that the Ainsburns essentially kept up the barrier, didn't allow him in anymore, I guess. And he was never able to revisit his daughter, and therefore started a whole new life. Yeah, like building this one place, right, that we saw him do, and living with new people around him and stuff. Man, it's a little shocking. Like, I will say that. As I said, I sort of expected everything to super neatly come full circle, and for every character to get not necessarily a deserved ending, but more like, well, I guess especially Kiritsugu, I hadn't expected how things would be playing out for him. I thought he was no doubt going to sort of be our victor. He was going to be able to save the world. And, but now I also see that, like, well, no other Fate series could still have been taking place if that's how it had ended, right? If this had been your picture-perfect utopia, being the prequel to the other series still coming up, it's simply not a possibility, right? So I think I was wrong by kind of feeling, having this gut feeling that, like, oh, that's how it's going to be playing out. That's not actually what happened. And so I'm still trying to process some of that. Did not expect that AoE, I think that's how I'm supposed to pronounce it. But of course, Tokiomi's wife, Rin and Sakura's mom, did not expect that she would have still survived the strangling of Karia. Makes it all the more fucked up that Karia blamed himself, of course, so much for it. And Karia himself, like I said, a tragic character, destined for tragedy. It's exactly what happened. And the really fucked up part is seeing Sakura's reaction to the whole scene, where she's like, well, I guess this is my fate then, right? All these characters had a particular fate, and that's why I like the name for the show too. But they had a particular fate, I guess, already destined for them. And that's exactly how it's playing out for them too. So, yeah, Rin and Sakura were no doubt going to see them sort of eye to eye, I think, at some point down the line, including Shiru, right? And, potentially some other characters like Kirei, who, of course, that's the one thing that I still want to mention. I like how the destruction of that part of Tokyo was still a way for Kirei to see what would have happened if he had, in fact, won the Grill for himself. And, it's of course not the ultimate satisfying conclusion for him that he had wanted, but it gave him sort of a taste for more, you could say, right? And so, yeah, is Kirei then going to be another master in Fate Stay Night? I would think so, right? I'm obviously basing this all not knowing about any of the masters that we will be seeing in Fate Stay Night, and it looks like some of them are going to be similar and some of them are going to be different. And the same thing will go, of course, for the servants, who, like I said, we know about these classes, but I'm, for example, a little bit conflicted about a character like Berserker, who I think, I don't know, would we see Caster back? Would we see Berserker back? I think Sable we're going to see back, no doubt, and Gilgamesh we're going to see back for sure as well. But some of the other ones I'm a little less sure about, right? I mean, maybe they're sort of going to be reincarnating as that same class, but it's going to be different characters taking on those classes, if you get what I'm saying. I don't know. That's how I'm feeling right now. But all of that is a little bit hard to predict on the spot right now. Yeah, is there anything else that I can talk about? I don't really think so. I think that basically covers just about everything. I'm trying to, literally go over the summary here and see if I missed anything. But no, it was a conclusion that will no doubt need me to take it in a little bit more. And so I'm going to be thinking this through a little bit more. I'll get back about this when we do start Unlimited Blade Works, which for you all, of course, will be imminently. But for me, I'm just going to take, another week or so. maybe a little more than that, to sort of think it all over and to truly get myself ready and into the right spirit to be starting with my second Fate series. I'll be very much looking forward to that. I do know about Unlimited Blade Works that people do recommend me to already know a couple of things about the original Fate Stay Night, because that might be necessary. So, you know, I'm going to kind of ask around the people in my Discord and stuff and on Patreon to clue me in about that in the meantime. And then you'll be hearing some of my additional thoughts when we do start with the next Fate series. And the intro commentary there. So for now, guys, I want to thank you all a lot for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed this reaction of mine to the final episode of Fate Zero. What a ride it's been. Absolutely fantastic. I loved it. And I'll be very much looking forward to seeing you back for, you know, Unlimited Blade Works coming up very soon. So for now, go and check out my Patreon page, of course, which is going to be linked on top of the description, where I will have early access to the next slew of episodes of that already. You can also sign up as a free member, watch the next 2 episodes straight away over there. So I hope to see you there. But for now, I want to thank you all a lot for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you back in the next series.